Everybody, welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today we're going to talk about networking. Now, for those who don't know what that is, to keep it very simple, networking is pretty much the act of communicating and connecting with other people that are in your field or have similar interest. I put it like that, similar interest. Right? This particular one I'm talking about is networking for something you want to do. Now, I didn't quite understand this when I was younger because when there would be people that would commission me to do work, and I would do the work and be compensated for it. The idea of networking and keeping in contact never really crossed my mind. It just chalk it up to youth, I guess, youth and inexperience. But as I got older, I started to realize the importance of communication and constant communication and networking with people that are in your field or have a similar interest to you. And with the advent of social media, the idea of networking has taken on an entirely different species altogether. You can network with somebody from across the world within seconds. Things that would normally take you days, months, days, weeks, months, years, can take you literally seconds to do. So, networking, you go back to the old expression, and we say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, that's essentially networking. If you have a particular interest or a particular trade or a particular talent or skill, and you want to work in that particular field, it's always best to get in touch and get involved with people who are into that same field, because usually that person that you're interested, the person that in that field has more experience, also has more networking connections, and can make your path towards your goal easier. So when in doing that, you know that networking networking is pretty much the backbone of all business. Oh, I like that. I like that. Networking is the backbone to all business. I will personally say 85% of all business is done through networking. It's done through a handshake. It's done through a game of golf. It's done through a joke. It's done through a text message. It's done through a telephone. It's done through a mutual friend. And that connection can bond you and that person in a way where if you have a particular interest in the field and you know somebody who's already established in that field, that person who's established will more than likely come to you first because they know that you already have the skill. They already know that you have the talent and the drive. So they will more likely call on you to fill that role than somebody else that they don't know. Okay? So networking is the backbone to business. You know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and you all connect. You all have a similar interest. You all in a similar field. The more connections you make, the better off you'll be, and the faster you be able to get to your goal. So if you think about all the people who are famous and wealthy, yes, they put in the hard work, but they also had somebody in their corner who knew someone. Just sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I would say different. I would say it's a balance. I would say it is what you know and who you know coming together. When you put what you know and then you put who you know together, you have the key for success. So put them together. What you know and who you know, put them together. Okay? And when that person sees your ambition and that person knows some other people who are much higher, and it's always good to network with someone who has more than you. You don't network with someone who has less than you. You network with someone who is at a higher level than you. They say if you're the smallest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Get amongst people and network amongst people who know more than you, who have more than you, who have achieved more than you. That way, you always have something to aspire to, and you network and communicate with those people, and they know some other people who have more knowledge than them. And the more people you come across who have more knowledge, you will always have something to shoot for. You will always elevate because you'll always be meeting the next level. It's purely based off of networking, purely based off of what you know and who you know putting together. So networking is the backbone to business. I know you're good at this, so and so needs this done. How about you two connect? When you do that, business is beautiful. All right? Networking is key. Peace.